a step that made history. The villagers were shocked. The eyes of the villagers were wide with fear and surprise. Time seemed to have stopped. There was a strange restlessness in the air, as if a storm was about to come. Nangeli, without hesitation, raised the knife in her hands. The chief officer and the soldiers moved towards her, but before they could stop her, she closed her eyes, took a deep breath and cut her breasts with her own hands. Screams echoed all around. A stream of blood spread on the ground as if the earth itself was crying against this injustice. Nangeli's face turned white with pain. But there was no fear in her eyes, just an unwavering resolve. She stumbled but regained her composure, placed her cut breasts on a leaf, and threw them in front of the chief officer. "Now go and give this locker to your king." Her voice was like a roar. It was as if some goddess herself had descended on earth. The entire village was stunned. It was as if some goddess herself had descended on earth. The entire village was stunned. The chief officer and the soldiers also stood dumbfounded. They could not understand what had happened. In a few moments, Nangeli's body began to tremble. Her breathing became heavy. Blood started flowing from her mouth. The sharp edge of the water had formed a deep red mud around his feet. Some women of the village ran and tried to catch him, but it was too late. Nangeli's husband was returning from Chirukandi when he saw a commotion in the village. He ran there quickly. When he saw Nangeli's severed breasts and the blood-stained ground, he fell on his knees. Tears flowed from his eyes. He took Nangeli in his arms, but his heartbeats were getting weak. Nangeli said this in a weak voice because there should have been someone who would have come forward to end this injustice, and saying this, she breathed her last. Chirek's eyes had dried up. Chirek's eyes had dried up. The people of the village followed him. No one said anything. After reaching the riverbank in Chirukandi, without telling anyone, he threw himself into the burning pyre. The flames of fire started rising to the sky. She defied the laws and gave up her life. The news of Nangeli's sacrifice gradually spread throughout Travancore. This news reached the king as well. The fire of rebellion broke out in every village. Women of lower castes started protesting against their religion. They took off their clothes and threw them away, and announced that now we will cover our bodies in the way we want. This fire spread so much that finally the king had to bow down and the slaughter was ended forever. The village of Nangeli still exists today and was named Mula Chip Rambu, which means the land of breasts. Its story is alive even after centuries because some battles are won not by swords but by sacrifice.